Welcome again. So right now we'll be going through data cleaning, and for these data sets what we'll be looking at is the formatting and making sure that our data is in a standardized format. So I would like to use this medium to tell you to subscribe to this channel because we'll be doing our skill training, professional skill training. Do subscribe and turn on your notification. Okay, what I mean by standardized format is that we use uniform. Our data set is in uniform. Okay, so what we'll be looking at will be how to change text from the uppercase to the lowercase to the proper case. Okay, and how we are going to be checking for spelling errors, removing additional spaces, cleaning data, changing and what we'll be looking at mainly will be numbers, how to check for numbers, the type of number formats that we have in Excel. Without further ado, let's get started. So this is actually a data set of presidents of the United States of America over time. It's showing their former positions, the party they belong to, their vice presidents, their salary. Okay, this is basically what is in this data set, and what we are going to be doing is looking at how to clean this data so that it can be used in the proper setting. The data can then be analyzed or be used to create graph, or it looks presentable and is standard in all its form. So first thing I would like us to look at is, in this course of this video I'll be showing you different things that are not in context and has not been taught up to this point, which including inserting columns, how to insert columns and how to insert rows basically. So here now, for these data sets we can see that we have some data that are not uniform. For instance, most of these presidents' names are in proper format, proper case, whereas this name James Morrell is in capital letter. So I would need to insert 3 columns, and I'll do that by coming to the top of this, right clicking. All right, what I'll do is I'll come here, right click, then I'll insert. So I want to insert 3 rows, 3 columns actually. So I'll click on this insert, and insert. I'm doing this because I want to show you the 3 case formats in Excel. We have the upper, the lower, and the up proper. These are 3 case formats in Excel, and what I mean by upper is changes everything to capital letter, lower changes everything to small letters, while the proper format capitalize the first letter of each word. Okay, so to use this is very simple. You just come into the cell you want to activate, you type equals to, then you type upper, bracket open, and you select the cell you want to change to the upper format, then bracket close, you enter. So in the course of this training we'll be using what we call flash fill, okay, to fill our data downward easily, because instead of having to impute the same formula here downward, what we'll do is just come here, okay, to this corner and double click. It will auto populate everything downward. So this is the upper format, this is the capital letter format in Excel. To use it, we type equals to upper, bracket open, we select the cell we want to change to the capital letter, then bracket close. Same method applies to you using the lower case in Excel. You type equals to lower, bracket open, you select the cell you want to change to small letters, which is lower, in this case, bracket close, enter. As you can see, it changes everything to small letters. Then you come here, you auto-populate and down. Now I want to show you something about auto-populating. While auto-populating, the reason we are able to populate everything downward in this case is because there is no space in between. Now let me show you a different approach. Let me just delete this. Okay, if I do that, right, and I come here, I type equals to proper, which capitalize the first letter of every word, bracket open. I come here, I select what I want to change to the proper case format, bracket close. I put my enter. As you can see, it has done what I want it to do. Then if I come here and I auto populate, can you see it has populated downward? But in some case study, as I have removed this one, okay, as there is no data here, the moment you double click that place, it will stop here and not continue. I hope I'm making sense. It will stop here and not continue because it does not allow, once it sees a space, it stops the formula. So what I was trying to make you understand is that always ensure that there is no space in between your data if you want to auto-populate, so that once you double click, it finishes, it continues to copy the formula downward till the end of the data, and you can always scroll down to confirm if it copies the data to the end. With that said, let's put this back. Equals to proper. Okay, you can also double click this formula once it comes out and select the cell you want to change to the proper format, enter, then you auto populate. So I need to highlight this. I need to make this known to you. All of this that we've just done are formulas. You know, we went through if you check this video and you check the introductory to the Excel environment, you'll notice I said this is the formula bar. If you come here, you see this is a text, all right? But if you select these ones that we've changed their cases, you see that there are formulas in these cells. So if you copy this cell, and if you have as well checked our relative cell referencing, you know that we are referencing these cells relatively. Okay, so if you understand the concept of data referencing relatively and the formula, you know that this is not text. All right, these are formulas, and these are relatively reference of this, relative reference of this precedent column. So if I copy this now, I am not copying a text, I am copying a formula that is referencing the cell, the first cell to the left. So for instance, if I want to paste this, take for instance, I want to copy this George Washington and I want to paste it here. If I come here now and I'll paste it here, it will tell me unknown reference because I'm referencing the cell to the left and there's no cell to the left of this. Okay, which goes to show that what we have here is formula. It is what? It is formulas. All of the things we have here are formulas. So what we want to do in this case is to ensure that we copy. For instance, if we want to have this precedent column in the upper format, we come here to highlight downward, Control Shift down. Control Shift down will only work if there is no space in between. Like I said, let me just delete this and I come here, Control Shift down. You see that it is stopping here because there is a space in between. You can as well just type it, go down again, then it will copy everything. But then when using Control Shift down, ensure that you are copying everything you intend to copy. So you come here, Control Shift down. As you can see, I've gotten to the end of the data. Then I Control C it. Okay. Then I'll come here because this is how the data. This is the column that the data was initially. I'll right click and I'll paste it as value. Okay. I'll paste it as what? As value. So once I paste it as value, you can see now that I've done that and it has changed to value. So if I copy this now, I'm not referencing any cell, I'm only copying the text. I hope I've been able to explain that to you. So with that said, you can, once you select which one you want to use, whether the upper, the lower, or the proper, you paste it here. In your own case study, if you are only using the upper, you don't need to do every other thing that I did here. I only did this to show you the cases you can use in Excel. So thank you very much. We'll continue on the next one.